Advanced Micro Devices Inc. The future of AI? Today, we're diving into the world of artificial intelligence and the stock market. In the past, promises of a bright future driven by AI have been enough to excite investors and drive up the stock prices of chip makers. But in today's market, investors are demanding more than just promises. They want hard evidence of progress towards this future, and we think the company we'll be looking into today does just that. So, if you're interested in the intersection of technology and finance, keep watching. We'll be looking at the latest breakthroughs in AI technology and the role Advanced Micro Devices Inc. is playing within the space, and most importantly, how this is impacting the stock market. So sit back, relax, and join us as we explore the exciting world of AMD and their AI breakthroughs. In this channel, we do tons of research about the stock market, and our goal is to help you on your journey to financial freedom so you can live life on your own terms. If you like this video, make sure to destroy the like and subscribe buttons so that you won't miss any of our future content. Let me tell you a story about Advanced Micro Devices, or AMD for short. You see, they've been making computer chips for a while now, but recently, as previously mentioned, they've been getting into the AI game. They've promised us a future where AI will boost their sales, but investors were starting to get skeptical. They wanted to see some proof that AMD was actually making progress. Well, AMD finally delivered some good news. They're teaming up with Microsoft to work on an AI technology that'll give Nvidia, one of their competitors, a run for their money. And wouldn't you know it, the stock market loved it. AMD's stock price jumped 6.1% on Thursday after the announcement. That almost made up for the losses they suffered the day before when their revenue forecast wasn't so hot. So, in other words, AMD is making moves in the AI world and investors are excited. Lisa Su, the CEO of AMD, said they're in a good position to take advantage of the growth in AI computing, but it wasn't until they announced their partnership with Microsoft that people really started paying attention. And you know what they say, teamwork makes the dream work, especially when it comes to computer chips and AI. So, if you're an AMD investor, this is good news. And if you're just a regular person interested in technology and finance, keep an eye on AMD and their AI progress. Who knows, maybe one day we'll have robots doing our laundry and washing our dishes, thanks to AMD's fancy computer chips. Okay, so you know how computer chips are like the brains of our technology? Well, companies that make those chips are becoming really popular with investors who want to invest in artificial intelligence, AI, which is like super smart technology that can do cool things like talk to you and drive cars. Nvidia is doing really well in the chip game, and its stock has gone up a ton this year. They're like the big boss in the market for graphic chips, which are the ones that help with all the fancy stuff in data centers that use AI. And their main rival, AMD, is also doing pretty well with their stock going up by 32%. Basically, a lot of people think that AI is going to be a big deal in the future, and that companies that make computer chips are going to make a lot of money from it. So, investors are trying to get in on the action and make some money too. Investors used to go wild over companies that talked about how great they were at AI, but now they want to see proof before they start throwing their money around. To make matters worse, not many people are buying personal computers and smartphones these days, and that's making investors nervous. AMD teamed up with Microsoft to work on AI, but it's not like they're suddenly making bank. One analyst said it's more like a feel-good story for AMD, like putting a band-aid on a paper cut. AMD's CEO Lisa Su recently spent a lot of time on a conference call talking about how much her company loves AI. In fact, she mentioned it over 50 times. But just talking about how good you are at AI isn't enough to keep investors interested. They're more worried about people not buying enough personal computers and smartphones. Even Qualcomm's CEO bragged about his company's AI skills, but that didn't stop their stock from taking a tumble when they predicted lower earnings. So while everyone loves talking about AI, it takes more than just talk to impress investors. Chegg's recent massive drop of 50% shows the harsh reality of AI technology not always meeting expectations in the US business world. Investors are becoming more cautious in their approach, and the upcoming report from Nvidia will be a crucial test of the market's faith in AI. Nvidia's share price has soared, adding $330 billion to its market value and making it the sixth most valuable company in the S&P 500 index. It remains to be seen if this growth can continue or if the AI bubble will eventually burst. In other words, it's like investors are holding their breath to see if Nvidia's AI success story is the real deal or if it's just a clever marketing gimmick. Picture this, you're a student who hasn't done their homework in weeks, but somehow your teacher still thinks you're the smartest kid in class. That's kind of like Nvidia and its investors right now. Despite falling sales, Nvidia's stock is on the rise thanks to its AI capabilities. Last quarter, Nvidia's CEO talked about AI so much on its earnings call that you'd think it was his best friend's name. But now the pressure is on to prove that all that talk about AI can actually translate into some real earnings growth. It's like the pressure on the one kid who talks a big game but needs to actually deliver when it comes time for the big test. Going back to AMD, where are they at in terms of their AI progress? Well, as mentioned, Microsoft and AMD have joined forces to take on NVIDIA, which currently has a big slice of the AI processor market. They want to create their own powerful chips that can handle the intense computing required for AI services like ChatGPT. Microsoft is helping AMD with their AI processor development, while AMD is also helping Microsoft with their own chip product, Athena. But there's a little bit of drama here. Microsoft is denying AMD's involvement with Athena, so we'll have to wait and see what happens next. The problem is that NVIDIA pretty much rules the roost when it comes to providing the chips needed for AI processing. There's a big demand for these chips and not many alternatives out there, which means that NVIDIA can charge a pretty penny for them. AMD wants to challenge that by creating their own AI chips that can compete with NVIDIA's. So while NVIDIA has been driving most of the AI progress over the past decade with their CUDA libraries, AMD is hoping to catch up and make their mark in the AI computing era. And let's face it, who doesn't love a little competition? It keeps things interesting and exciting, just like a game of Mario Kart. AMD's CEO Lisa Su is claiming that the company is in a good position to create customized chips for their biggest customers to use in their AI data centers. These customized chips could be made by combining different types of technologies like CPUs, GPUs, FPGAs, and other semi-custom technologies. This would allow the customers to have a more tailored experience and better performance when it comes to handling their specific AI workloads. AMD is also excited about their upcoming Instinct MI300 data center chip, which they believe can be adapted to handle generative AI workloads. This means that the chip could help generate new data and create new models, which is important in industries like healthcare and finance. AMD is putting more resources into this area as they see it as a significant opportunity. Meanwhile, Microsoft plans to keep working with NVIDIA as it tries to secure more of their processors. The growing demand for AI has created a shortage of specialized GPU chips, which has been further exacerbated by NVIDIA's near monopoly on the supply of such hardware. Other tech giants like Google and Amazon are also developing their own in-house AI chips to help with their respective AI needs. Overall, it's an exciting time for the AI industry, with various tech companies vying for dominance in this rapidly growing field. And who knows, maybe someday we'll have AI chips that can make us a cup of coffee in the morning. Late on May 2nd, AMD's report was a bit of a mixed bag. They did better than expected in the March quarter, but missed their sales forecast for the June quarter. And you know what that means. The stock market had a bit of a tantrum, and AMD stock dropped 9.2%. Someone get that stock a pacifier. But it's not all bad news. AMD still made a decent profit of 60 cents a share on sales of $5.35 billion in the first quarter. That's enough to buy a lot of potato chips and soda. Plus, they did beat the earnings forecast by a measly 4 cents. Hey, every penny counts. Unfortunately, compared to last year, AMD's earnings sank 47% and sales fell 9%. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. Maybe they need a band-aid for that. Looking ahead, AMD predicts revenue of about $5.3 billion for the second quarter, but Wall Street was expecting more, like a bunch of greedy kids at a candy store. In the same quarter last year, AMD's sales were even higher at $6.55 billion. Looks like they need to step up their game. On a positive note, AMD did report $1.3 billion in data center chip sales in the first quarter, which is up from last year. Unfortunately, PC chip revenue crashed 65% year over year to $739 million. Maybe everyone's just playing video games on their phones now? The next possible big moment for AMD's stock will be their second quarter report due in late July or early August. Will it be a blockbuster hit or a flop? Only time will tell. Thanks for tuning in. Today we talked about the exciting world of tech stocks and how AMD is poised for growth in the market. As a dominant player in the industry, AMD is beating out its competitors like Nvidia and Intel with its expanding positions in multiple areas of tech. With a history of stellar growth and a bright future ahead, it's a no-brainer to consider AMD stock as part of your investment portfolio. So whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out, keep an eye on AMD's upcoming second quarter report in late July or early August. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more insights into the world of tech and finance. Thanks for watching.